So then pin 2, which is our blue-orange, which for us, pin 2 is that gray is, so for us pin 2 is that gray. It's gonna go to terminal number 20 on here. Terminal number 20 is 1, 2, 3, 20 is right here because it's 22 pins, so this ends at 11. Start again. 22 is right here. I'm sorry, 20 is right here. As you can see, pin 20, right here. That's a blue-orange, and that's the power source. So what we have to do next is terminate all these. Once we terminate all these, we'll pin this up, and we'll actually have the harness working for the audio HVAC sub-display clock working. So once this is together, all the information for the climate control will show on the sub-display clock, and you'll actually get clock too. So pin number 5, which for us pin number 5 is our purple black. Pin number 5 is your clock. So your clock data, the way you are going to get this to work is if you are going to do this conversion, you need to do this install at 1 or pull the fuse for the radio at 1 and put it back in, because that's what it'll reset to. So your clock will match up that way if you reset it to 1. Otherwise, I don't know the method yet to set this clock other than within the navigation unit. So just a heads up, if you don't even want to deal with this clock issue, on pin number 5, just unpin it, or don't even, just snip it and leave it taped so that you have something. But again, it's up to you. I'm in this harness, I'm including it, so just know that. Alright guys, so let's get the paperwork out of the way and let's get to terminating this guy. Alright guys, here comes the important part, which is what goes to what. So make sure you pay attention. But first, we gotta make these wires skinny. Otherwise, they're not gonna go in. Alright guys, so I made this all skinnier. So we're not gonna need this guy to have a terminal on it. We need to find a ground for this in the car. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna terminate this here. And then just ground it to the vehicle. I'll put a ground wire in the car, but I'll make this disconnectable as well. So I'm going to use one of these guys in here like this, connect it. You can disconnect it when you need to. So we'll throw the non-live end on this end, and this is what how we'll get the ground we need. So this is essentially coming here. This guy has a ground in it, and you could just tap into that ground if you wanted with like a little wire tap or something, but I'm not too fond of that. But you can do that if you need to. There is a ground here. Alright guys, so let's get to the part you came here for, which is how do we finish this thing up. So here's our 22 pin. So let me just give you the breakdown of this harness. On your left side, you have your RGBS, and then these two are for your display bus. So ultimately, this is what goes to the navigation unit in the back, along with a bunch of other stuff. But this is what comes from the car to the back. I'm sorry, this is what comes from the display to the navigation unit, and this is what goes to the audio HVAC sub display clock. Is these wires right here. So right now, when we pin ours up, just remember that all your wires are going into the right side of this connector. You're not going to put any here. They're all going here for now. So we're going to start. We're going to look at this. And 1 is ground. 2, pin 2 here. Where is that? Is this it? What's that? So pin 2 goes to pin 20. So pin 2, which is our solid gray, goes to pin 20. So solid gray to pin 20, and pin 20 is 1, 2, 3. This is pin 20 right here. So again, pin 2, which is our gray, is going to pin 20, which here is our gray as well. Now remember, these wires have to be skinny, otherwise they're not going to fit in these slots. If you get 20 gauge wire, you'll have no problem. There you go, there's the click. So 1 down, 8 more to go. Let me just get this ground out here. So now, pin 2 to 20. Then we got pin 4, because remember, this doesn't have a pin 3. So pin 4 is going to 22. So 22 is the last one. So pin 4 is going to 22. That's our gray black. It's going to 22. There we go. And then pin 5. So our pin 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is our purple. So our purple, right? This is purple, not purple black. Yep, our purple is going to 5 to 21. That's 21. Just get that guy in there. We'll go here. There you go. So now pin 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is our purple black, and that goes to 10. So purple black goes to 10. So 10 is the last one up here. Let me just grab this one. Pin 10 is the last pin up on this side. This should just go right in. Got no issues here. Go. Then we got pin 7 goes to 9. So pin 7 for us is going to be our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our solid green. So solid green. And our solid green, we want to go to 7 is our solid green. We want that to go to 9. So that's the one right before it. And remember to make sure you're grabbing the right one, guys, because you don't want to mess this up. So we went into 10, now we're going into 9 with our solid green. And now our green black is 8, which is going into 8. Lucky for us. Same. Oh, this one's okay. So again, this is our 8, goes to 8. There you go. 8 into 8. Then we got 9 into 19. So we're going to the bottom row again. So remember, 9 for us is our white. So 9 white. And 19 is here. And then we got 10, which is our white, going to 18, which is the last one No, I'm sorry, which is, yeah, this one right here, which is pretty much the last one for us this way. Just to make sure that we're going. Yeah, I want to go. Alright. So we have our harness, guys. This is it. This is if you only want HVAC controls, if you only want to use you're gonna replace them, you're gonna put a let's say you're gonna go with a tablet. So you're gonna put a tablet. You're gonna put a tablet here, or you're gonna put another screen here. You're not gonna use a factory screen. This is all you need. If you're gonna use this factory screen, then we need to hook up RGBS, and that's what we're gonna do next. So the RGBS are all the connections on the left side, but before we go there, we're just gonna test this harness to make sure that it works the way we expect it to. There goes the clock. Can't get any of this data on it. We don't have a we're not hooked up in the car, but we'll try this harness out in the car tomorrow to verify that all the climate control and stuff works. But that's it, guys. I mean, that's the HVAC audio clock version of the harness. It's on that side that I was telling you about. And it just runs up to there. We're just going to tape it up, make it look a little better. But now we're going to work on the RGBS section of this harness. So we'll get started on that. For the next part of this harness, which are the connectors out of here, we're going to grab another foot of this quick conductor cable, and we're going to pin that up so that we can throw it in here. This time we're only going to use one, two, three, four. Four. I guess you could use all of them, so you could hook these shields up if you need to. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So all 9 again on the other side. You're gonna get your RGBS, that display bus signal, and then the shields if you need them. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run those out to one of these guys. So yeah, so I'm going to lose one of these shields. I'll keep the other ones, and I'm going to run them out to here. This is a Molex connector I got off Amazon. It's a nice quick disconnect, because then this is going to go to a custom PC or whatever you decide to end it on. I mean, you could just run these wires to your graphic driver or whatever it's going to be. But for me, for this purpose, for testing, it's going to run to this guy. So it's going to run to these bare wires for this RGBS. This takes VGA and converts it to RGBS at 15 kilohertz, and then it takes a 5-volt power source. So you can either do like a USB power or that, and then it takes in VGA, output VGA, S video, and it'll output coaxial video as well. So this is kind of what's going to be driving the display. I'll show you guys in a little bit, but let me get started with this harness. So what we're going to do here, so like I said, we're going to cut another, let's see, how far down do I want this to go? I guess I want this to go to where the radio is. So we'll cut another foot or so. Probably, another foot or so of wire, and we'll start with that. I'm not sure how I'm going to use these yet. I'm just going to start pinning them, and we'll see. So again, same thing. I'm just going to pin this up, and I'll get back to you. Alright guys, so at this point, how this ends is up to you. Like I said, I'm going to use this Molex connector I told you about. How you end yours is up to you, because this is not this is going to be a custom application. You're going to have to know a little more about what you want to do. You can go with what I'm going to do, which is the RGBS. I'm going to split this up into a different video. But from here, the harness is up to how you want to make it. Again, these are all the wires that would normally go back to the navigation unit in the trunk. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do from here. I'm going to hook up the display to here. And then I'm going to leave the display bus not hooked up for now. This is really going to be how you color coordinate things, because I don't have a red wire, I don't have a blue wire. As much as I would love to have those color wires, I don't have them. White is the red signal and red is the green signal, so it's up to you how you want to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go with what makes sense, which is RGB. Alright guys, so we're treating purple as red. So this is the R in the RGB. 2 is the green signal, so we're throwing the green in there. Alright guys, so we have R, red, green, ground. Have red, green, ground, display bus positive. Then we have blue, the sync signal, display bus shield, and display bus negative. Then another shield. And again, like I said, this is up to you how you want to finish it. Just remember what you chose here. If you don't remember, you can go back to that. But now we can terminate this connector. We can finally, like we did with the last one, show this in, down, forward, and down. There we go. So then this, turn this. Alright guys, this wire harness is done. Now you have this section that goes to your HVAC audio sub display clock, and you have this section which is going to go to your custom RGBS connection. So I'm going to hook this up and I'll show you guys in the next video.